Fantastic.
Oh,
Wonderful.
fuck, dude. I did that thing where I smoked weed like 30 minutes after getting up today. And it's like...
I was so close to doing that. But I woke up at like 5:30, so I couldn't. I was just like,
you're like,
nah,
that's
this
ridiculous.
Why?
Because I fell asleep at like 8.
Why?
Because I slept for 3 hours the day before. If you want to keep asking why, we can go down. We can go down the schedule of events. We can really get into
Leading
the
back to your birth.
granularity of the situation.
Yeah, why'd you go to bed so early?
I went to bed so early because I was tired, Tony.
From? Or why?
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 Because I worked a festival on Friday evening.
Why? No, that makes sense.
Why? Because it's my job.
To make money. Why? Yeah.
To make dollars.
So that I don't starve.
So that I can afford manga. So that I can buy
really what it's all
Japanese
about.
media.
It's really what it's all
And
about.
lubrication as well.
And
to
lubrication
accompany
to enjoy the Japanese media.
It's an expensive hobby. Yeah.
Yes. It's very expensive to jerk off.
Jerk off. Oh, Lord, man.
If you want to ensure
Oh,
maximum
God.
oatmeal ropes are comfy, then yeah, it's expensive.
If you want extreme oatmeal ropitude, it costs a pretty penny.
If you want that circumfy to be 1
That
inch,
thick circumference of the...
You want a cum-filled circumference.
Oh, my God.
Circumfillation.
It's
all
I
there.
gotta fucking, like... There's so many boxes in my office. I gotta, like...
Yeah, dude. I
Looks good.
They
can
all
only
represent
focus
things
on
I
that.
have to do. That's the thing.
oh,
We're gonna lower this and we're gonna bring it a little. We're gonna bring it down a little bit.
Like, one of them's like a
There
promo
we
I gotta
go.
make. One of them's like... I gotta ship these monitors back. And I realized I gotta, like, sign a contract today. I can
Dude,
probably sign
shipping-
it
Yeah, you don't
tomorrow.
want that.
It's not like...
shipping stuff is the worst. I had to ship that fantasy football trophy I won that I've kept for like 2 years, and it was a nightmare. Like, I went to the post office and I was like standing in line for like 20 minutes and it didn't move, and I was like, all right, fuck this. And then I went to a FedEx and there was no line, but it cost $70.
Yeah,
ship.
see.
My man's are gripping shippers.
Is it cheap in the post office? Do you have to pay that much to ship things there?
It might be cheaper. I have no idea. I mean, it did require some like fragile packaging and stuff like that, so that definitely boosted it up. But
They didn't like send me enough shit for mine. They're just like, here's some boxes. And I'm like, you got to tell me, what am I sending back? Am I sending back everything? Like the laptop, the monitors, the keyboard, the mouse, or is it just the monitors? Like, what the fuck are you? Or is it just is it just the laptop and monitors? What the fuck? And it's just some loose boxes, some styrofoam, and then like one box that looks like it's specifically for the laptop. And
just
it's
like put them in the boxes with no protection or anything like that, and just send them back completely smashed.
it's just like like that. It
Shake
completely
it up
smashed.
before you send it out.
Like,
so
that
it's
was how it got here. That's how it was like
was
that out of
working
the
that way
box.
the whole time. So
Yeah,
I can deal with it. You can. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you got to figure it out.
yeah,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You must figure
Yeah.
it out.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 You getting any
Yeah.
closer to filling up that white wall though? That's the big thing.
Dude, I just like, that's just one of the
It's
many
top
things I got to do.
Priority number one.
It's like you move into an apartment that's like completely empty, and then you're just like, fuck, this is like work and money and time to like actually make it look good.
Committing to a vibe is.
I'll
It's a lot.
probably do that coming up here when I have more time and money to do it.
It's a good
I'll
winter
probably-
activity.
Yeah, I'll pimp my place out.
I think you should
It'll be
just get
nice.
another of the same Playboy Cardi poster and put it right next
Just
to that
two.
one.
Yeah.
Just have two of them. Be like, I've
Yeah,
updated the
yeah.
decor, as you can see.
Yeah. That one's like on the back, like shit is ripped and peeled off of the back of the poster, which is annoying. But I think I might
That's
just
weird.
get that framed.
That's probably not a bad
I'm
move.
gonna get a couch for right here.
Yes.
And then maybe even a projector for this wall, or just another TV over here, so people
That'd
can
be hard.
actually hang out in this room.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I've been meaning
That'd be
to
ridiculous.
rearrange my room a little bit to kind of like. I'm trying to build my room out to be like a studio apartment, so that
Mhm.
when I move into inevitably a studio apartment, like I know what I can fucking cruise with. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure the chi is flowing
exactly
properly.
Yeah, the feng shui.
Exactly.
The feng shui. That's what I mean.
Because if I can get bed, desk, TV, couch, shelving, closet, we're good.
Those are all
life
things,
right there.
Yeah.
Those are the things that you need to live.
Basically.
Those are the components of any studio.
5 things I couldn't live without as a media enjoyer.
I also want to get those LEDs for this room, but I bought them last time and I was like, oh, here's 30 feet of LEDs. This should be plenty. And it was like, I need like 100 feet for this one.
Yeah, that shit gets eaten up real fast.
It's like, it's just a big room. So
big room.
But yeah, I got a job, which is great.
Yes,
so I know
sir.
I'm not moving out of here and I can stay and pay the rent. So that's good.
What's the name and location of the company?
Not going to disclose, Tony.
What's their address and what are your working hours?
Tell me the names of your superiors.
We don't all work at Nadeshot in Houston, Texas.
If you
or wherever,
wouldn't mind.
Is that what your shit's called? Okay, I don't have to bleep it. Perfect.
Actually, what's your work phone number while we're here?
Yeah, what's your work? What office park and what unit of it is it?
Are you? Congratulations. What's your direct
what's the
contact
exit you
information?
sit closest to? Also,
Yeah,
I don't even know, to be honest.
real fast.
right next to it.
How intense is the security at your building? Like, just let's just talk. Let's just have a little chat about that.
It's like considering everyone there is armed,
It's like
pretty good.
are they really?
Yeah,
It's
that
Texas.
makes sense. That tracks. Yeah.
They're just like, my daily carry. It's a fucking 9mm. I carry it. What do you do?
Dog.
They'll
I
bring
went
in
to-
like their guns.
I do code and stuff.
Dog. I went to the fucking dispensary the other day, and I was wearing my American Freedom fucking cutoff shirt. That just is like that I bought at Walmart for like $4 as a total joke. And I cut the sleeves off of it as a gym shirt. And I just went to the dispensary after the gym wearing it. And I was like, how you doing today, man?
Fire.
And he was like, pretty good, brother. And he like looks up and he sees my shirt. He's like, but I'll be a lot better when that guy's out of office. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like,
Oh,
sure.
man. Yeah.
Totally.
Sure, Bill.
It was supposed to be ironic, but
Yeah, it's
Sure.
like that's what sucks about this.
Dark
It's like, you
Brandon
would have thought,
Rising.
looking at the rest of me, that and the rainbow shorts I'm fucking wearing, you would think
you'd think
You'd
Let
better
them know
not
about that
comprehend
life.
irony.
yeah.
the
So-
iron. Dude, I went over to George's. So what I did this weekend is Friday I got the job. Friday morning I was told that the job was being offered. Right.
Right.
And so I was like, okay,
Right.
I'll take it. And I was hyped. And so I hit up George. I'm like, yo, what are you working Saturday? Because I'll come up tonight. And he's like, yeah, come up. So I took the train out of Grand Central Station, went out to his house, spent the night last night. And then yesterday, folks came into town, and where I was at George, like Maxwell and Grant and Kendra, Maxwell's girlfriend came in, and then Trish came in later too. And so we all had like a little chief sesh at George's parents and spent the night there. So it was like a fun little spontaneous friend trip. And I get some weed out here that's like legit. It's from like you could call it like a mobile dispensary. It's like a delivery service. And
We'll call it that.
I was like, I'm splurging. Let me get the top shelf, you know. And
Get the good shit.
I got like a $60 eighth of this fat indica. Like I'm on indica these days. If I can get good quality shit and just get indica, dude. That's what I've realized is like if we do this trip in St. Louis, we should just get like an ounce of indica if we can, like of high quality indica. Because literally, I was telling everybody, I was like, dude, I got great weed. I got great weed for us. Like, just wait till later. I got great weed. And then I passed it around and everyone was baked and having a good time. Like, no one was bummed. No bummer trips, nothing. It was just like giggly fun.
Let's go.
It was awesome. So,
You know what I have to say to that? Let's go.
yeah.
So you noticed the difference.
Yeah. Because I can smoke a lot more of it and I basically never have to worry about mentally tweaking about anything.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, that's the thing about the legal shit is that it's like it's not gonna goof you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this wasn't even like a dispensary like legal shit. It was like it's been around since before shit was decriminalized, but it's like a lot of homegrown stuff in like Vermont that they sell up here. So it's really like it's on some like gourmet like home baked shit. And yeah, it's that indica, bro. I'm telling you. It's like,
dude, well, that's the thing, man, is it's like you can't buy sativa fucking anywhere anymore anyway. And like that's what I want. Like if I go to a dispensary, I'm buying sativa because every weed dealer has fucking indica anyway. Like it's the only shit people want to smoke, and I'm just like, so I got this to like travel with and shit. Because this is pure sativa, but it's like I don't know, man, there's a war on it right now. It's like it's not a
I think people are just mentally they can't handle smoking sativa and thinking about life and like I think that for me that's what happens, and for a lot of people that have bad highs when they smoke weed, I feel like that's what causes it is like that sativa like deep thought, and then once that gets put onto you, you get like you start having anxious, irrational thoughts and shit.
Yeah, but it's like sometimes I want that. Sometimes I want the weed to make me a little scared. You know what I'm saying?
That happened to me, bro. But
shout out Cam. I think he was the one who made that tweet. That was so funny.
Sometimes I want to be a little scared. I'm just saying.
I agree. Sometimes I want that mental high.
Yeah, I just want to be I want to be cooked. No, but dude, I took these edibles. I took an edible before the airport yesterday because I knew I was going to be there for like 4 hours before my flight. Mm-hmm. And that shit, the funny thing about edibles is that you take one and then you forget. And then like an hour later, and then an hour later, you just kind of like blink once or twice. And then you're like, oh, I'm ripped.
It's kicking in.
I'm like, it's not it's kicking in. It kicked in 10 minutes ago.
I didn't even realize it.
And I didn't even process it. I just thought I was getting tired for some reason.
That's like when I ate 4 Delta 8 gummies when I was on the phone with Dave P. and
Davey P.
And literally I was like, I'm gonna have to let you go. Like, all right, honey. Like I literally was like, there's fucking it feels like death is at my front door right now. I have to go answer it.
Just Scott Jimmer mode. Yeah, honey, I'm tripping nuts.
Yeah. Hey, honey. I'm fucked up.
4 Eddies to the dome.
I'm fucking clorished.
No, but it was like some acid shit. Like last night I was laughing so much. It was like I got like exhausted.
That's good. It's a vibration right there.
I've been chilling hard. I might get a little cardio in just to
counteract
just to get the mood boosted a bit,
Oh yeah.
Get the blood flowing.
Fucking lift some heavy shit. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah,
nice.
I've been putting in some hours, dude. It's like
shit.
It's funny because there are the days where I'm just like, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like going. And then the voice in the back of my head is just like, but dude, you gotta be hot. And I'm just like, yeah, you're right. I'm just like, it's a good point. Like you got me there.
And you'll always just feel better. Like, even if you're having a bad day, like if you go, you can feel like you didn't waste a whole day or like you did 100%. Something productive that day, you know?
And I've completely like rid myself of like the expectation of cardio because that's the part that I always never want to do. Mm-hmm. I was just like, fuck. And then I got to walk uphill for 30 minutes. And I'm just like, I don't want to fuck with that.
Yeah.
But then I just get to the end then I just lift my balls off. And then I'm like, nah, I ain't got to do that. I ain't got to do all that.
You don't have to. If you lift a bunch, like you'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll speed things up though.
If I get but if I get, your 10,000 steps in, you're pretty much, I'm just like, I'll just eat chicken for lunch. It's fine. I think it'll be good.
There you go.
Sorry, dude.
Do a little exercise.
You're looking big in the upper body area, Max. You're getting thick.
I'm like I'm figuring it out, like it's kind of,
there
are shoulders there now.
Filling it out.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, when I
real.
freaking started working out when I moved to Houston, my chest was completely flat. There was no muscle to flex. Now I can like flex my pecs independently. Make them dance.
Independently.
That's actually nuts.
Yeah, I know. Not very fast, but you know,
That's some Zoa energy behavior right there.
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, really is.
Hey, Tony, shut the fuck up real quick.
Okay. Talking about
All right.
taking my pecs dance, but whatever.
I forgot something.
What did you? What is it?
I forgot to introduce the podcast.
You dumb, stupid bastard.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Look,
Yeah, you can't do that.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is Monday, September 26th, 2022. We'd like to welcome you to another episode of Woken Boke. Boom.
Was that Trump dropping the A-bomb?
Boom. The bomb is dropped. Episode 155 to be exact. I am one of your hosts, Connor Boyd. You may recognize me from TikTok as Moschino Dorito. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram. Welcome. You may know me from Jaded Forum as well, which is dropping today as
wow.
well.
Really?
I may start making it so that we do like a, I don't know, folks write in, message me, whatever, tell me what you think. But I'm thinking about maybe moving Woken Boke to Tuesdays so that you get that Jaded to start your week, and then the palette switch up is then Woken Boke after, because we've kind of just decided Monday is the Jaded drop. But I do like having Woken Boke ready for y'all at the beginning of the week, but maybe Tuesday morning might be better. And then that carries you into the weekend, you know? Who knows?
You know what? I could see it.
Let me know.
I could
It's
see
up to
it.
the fans, right? Well, it's up to us, really. But voice your
up to us.
displeasure or pleasure.
Let me know what you guys think. And they would probably more often drop on time that way also. Like you would more reliably be able to expect them. Because I usually edit it Sunday, post it Monday, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So give me that extra time. But anyways, I am joined as always by my two best friends from the great gateway to the West, St. Louis, Missouri. We have the maniacal, the muscular, the Mr. Max Sansa is here today. Max, what the fuck is up?
What's up?
Chilling. How you been?
Chilling, dude. Chilling.
Yeah.
I just got off a fat work bender, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm stoked to just not be doing that right now. Got a good day ahead. I'm chilling with my boys, and I'm gonna go lift some things, and then I'm gonna go play some tunes. It's gonna be marvelous.
That does sound Miss Marvelous. Yeah, that's awesome. I gotta take a shit also, so I might have to do that during this episode. Pull a Max
Enjoy your
and go take
gaming
a
about
shit.
that one.
Maybe you guys could inform the audience on any metal music that's come out or something like that.
We could potentially do that.
Yeah. Also joining us is the facial hair fiend.
Wow.
The horror of Houston. The reckless renegade himself.
Ooh, all right.
Tony motherfucking Hair Up is here today. Tony.
Oi.
How you doing, mate?
Well, good.
Very good.
Well, good.
Well, that's good. Well, that's good to hear. Right.
Hey, well,
Good.
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 Well, I think I'm doing rather good.
I think all things considered, I'm rather good.
Good.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Everyone's here. Every week we do this. We get together.
It's Smash Brothers Ultimate. Everyone is here.
Right.
Indeed.
The gang's all here. We get together to catch up in the latest in video games, current events, movies, music, manga, anime. You fucking name it. All right. You can sub to us on YouTube. You can follow us on Spotify. You can join our Discord. You can also follow us on Twitter at wokenbokepod and Instagram at wokenbokepodcast to get updates on the podcast every week. And you can also reach out to our Gmail, wokenbokepodcast@gmail.com with your questions, comments, and suggestions, and we will read them on the show. And links to all of these are listed in the show description. Welcome, folks. I am going to let Tony and Max take over the show for a second while I go drop number 2, and I'll be back.
Right.
And maybe we can we can read some emails when I get back.
Perhaps we could read some emails.
Enjoy.
All right. Welcome to Woke and Boke. Connor's gone. He's taking a shit right now. So we're going to sit here in silence for probably 10 minutes. You know, if you've got a shit, do it in your pants. I don't know.
And go. No. Dude,
Yeah,
every time I like get lazy and don't shave for 3 weeks, people are like, "Oh my, you growing a beard, dude?" I'm like, "No, I'm really not. I'm
it's like, no, actually, I just have a mental issue right now. I can't be bothered. It's like I'm actually mentally in distress and can't be bothered to shave my face.
Yeah, I literally would not. Yeah, I'm not trying to fool myself into calling this a beard.
It looks like there's.
It is stubble.
Yeah, I've got some stubble going around.
Did that door just open?
It did, yeah. I believe Aunt Diane here is trying to lure the dog, Mr. Bruiser. Oh, you're good. No, whenever Bruiser finds his way down into the basement, he's got to be outsmarted a little bit because
was he in your room?
No, he usually gravitates towards it though. So we're trying. So the move is often to trap him and then corner him. Yes, because
got you.
He's become very aware of his surroundings.
Smart dog.
But yeah, what you been listening to lately, bud? What you been cranking on the headphones?
Just not that much variety. I mean, I'm a big Era fan.
Yep.
So a lot of stuff like that, mainly just by Era.
You know
just
what
band? Sorry. I was gonna say I just have like a 5-minute drive to work or less.
Yeah.
So it's like I have time for a song,
Yeah.
So
you should check out Spotify's Discover Weekly.
I don't have Spotify.
Oh yeah, that's right. But don't do that also because it sucks. But you should check out this band, A Dozen Black Roses.
Yeah,
I think you'd actually enjoy it. Yeah,
they're kind of describe them.
They're kind of like counterparts, August Burns Red, with like better breakdowns, sort of situations.
Wow.
Yeah,
that sounds exactly like what I want.
Yeah, I think you would enjoy it. Honestly, did you put out an EP? You know that band Orthodox?
No.
Okay, so there's this band
Sounds
Orthodox
badass,
from Nashville. It's a couple of dudes from that band. Or it's one or two of the dudes from that band, and then one of the guitarists from Counterparts, the old ones. Yeah, good stuff. They have an EP out, and I can't remember what it's called, but you look up the band. That's what it is.
Did you hear the new Counterparts song? You like them at all?
No, I haven't listened to it yet, but I saw they announced a tour with CU Space Cowboy, and that shit.
Oh, very nice,
very sick. Yeah,
that CU Space Cowboy album was ridiculous.
They did the Pivot, and they killed it. They killed the Pivot. I'm very stoked for them. They are a good ass band. I think
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say I think Dying Wish is on that tour also, but they're not playing here.
Bummer.
But because I think they just did. I mean, I mixed them like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, CU Space Cowboy sounds like a 2000s like screamo-y metalcore band, but like
100%.
with good production, or like a 2021, aesthetic of,
right.
Where it's like not super rough sounding,
but it's also not like a computer made it,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it
like
still
right
sounds like raw.
Mm-hmm.
Raw, but like with like full sound, I guess. Because a lot of those, what I don't like about those bands is like it just sounds so tinny and like flat. I just can't get into that older stuff,
That's why I couldn't get into like From First to Last and shit like that. Like Chiodos was even a rough sell.
Yeah.
Like Chiodos was just they had that one album and I was like, okay, I mean I can look past it for this, but beyond that, like Seosin I think was the perfect
Yeah.
like they were the perfect example because they were like, hey, let's give this good band some money. And it actually worked.
No, that album sounds amazing.
Here he is. Here. He's been gotten.
Dude, no, I'll still rip that out.
You're good.
I'll still rip It's Far Better. Or no, what's the album called? Is it just called Seosin?
Yeah, it's the
Beatle album. Yeah. What is my body worth?
What if
it's the most like
we speak in different voices? Oh yeah, I can't even remember it off the top, but you know exactly what I'm saying. You know what kind of fucking time it is.
Yeah, it's that album's gasoline.
You know, like it's so sick.
Yeah. That's what I love about Era is like their vocalist sounds like that, like him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he sounds like Seosin.
It's tough though because he hasn't really ever been on point anytime I was like he'll nail the first like chorus or two and then after that he kind of will bust his voice.
Yeah, I mean he pushes himself insanely hard with those, and then he's also the lead guitarist, so it's just like
right, like
putting
you got too much
on his shoulders.
You got too much going on, fella.
Yeah, but I respect that because he writes insane riffs, and
I will give it to him because he actually tries. Because like I worked the Silverstein Amity Affliction show before I left for Furnace Fest, and dude, Amity Affliction's like literally all tracks. Like their drummer's like the only person playing anything. Like there were vocal tracks, there were fucking bass tracks. Like he would stop playing bass and the bass would keep going. Like it was just like
for real,
dude. It was like kind of pathetic. Like no,
what was he?
No shade, but tons of shade. Huh?
Was he pretending to play the bass?
I think maybe it's like some songs they track it, some songs they don't. It's like, yeah. Sorry, Connor. We're just talking about this fucking band that I worked a show of where they like basically didn't play any instruments. They just kind of mimed
all tracks
to tracks. Yeah. So
they didn't even really sing.
I mean, most of the song, like you could tell, like it was like things where like they would add in backtracks for effects for like effect and like aesthetic, but it was like way louder than the regular track. So it was just like jarring and like it's also very apparent that like they were not as good live as they are on the record because like the tracks would sound infinitely better than whatever was coming out of their mouths, kind of shit.
They also just don't write great songs.
Yeah, they're also not a good band. I don't get why people like it.
Cookie cutter, like copy and paste verse chorus, copy and paste bridge chorus.
Silverstein, on the other hand, they went for it. Those are some rockers. I'm not a huge fan of the band, but they cranked out.
Their album Rescue, I gripped that a ton in high school. They have some riffs.
They have some riffs. They can crunch out a song. You know what I'm saying?
They've succumbed a little bit to the poppy sort of structure of things.
They suck cum just a little bit. They suck just a little bit of cum.
They take wiener in their booty a little bit, but in a good way.
Just a little bit.
In a good way.
Yeah. But should we crank out some electronic mail? Is that what I'm looking at right now?
Let's get into it.
Everything come out all right, bud? You look very passive.
No, I'm
all right.
I'm chilling.
Sick. Is it bad if my poo is glowing green?
Does that make you sad? All right, let's crank into these. I'm going to start from one all the way back at August 4th, and then we have one from September 9th that we'll get to. So this is from Blake, and this is long.
Neon Genesis, holy shittington.
Long.
Says, sup fellas, Blake again. I have recently binged all 26 episodes of Evangelion along with the End of Evangelion movie on Netflix and have not been able to get my mind off of able to get it off my mind. The series has been on my watch list for about 2 years, with my interest amplifying every time I caught the occasional mention of the anime on the pod. After making my way through the first half of the series is really when I started to realize why the show is iconic as it is. Every single episode at that point has a holy shit moment that culminates into a 2-episode finale that I was obviously not expecting. The end of Evangelion was more of a straightforward telling of the climax, but a spectacle, no doubt. Whereas the show ending delved all the way into the psyche of the characters. I don't know why I am rambling like this, as if you guys have never even seen them, but I can't really express my love for the anime because, honestly, I still have very little fucking idea what happened. That doesn't mean you can't love it. I'm not that upset that I don't have a conclusive understanding, though, because if any show deserves a rewatch, it's Evangelion. If you guys wanted to just add some thoughts on the show and film, now that I can contextualize the characters and events that happened, sorry. I feel like I'm reading these wrong, but I feel like I'm reading them right. They're just like, there's just syntactical errors, but it's not big. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't, because he said if you guys wanted to just add some thoughts on the show and film, now that I can contextualize the characters and events that happened. It's like not a complete sentence.
It's like I get what you're saying, but yeah, the thought. You missed it. You missed
like,
a word.
That'd be great. Is that what you wanted to end?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been able to find the few episodes in the past where you guys discussed the show at length, so I would be really eager to hear what you guys think of the Evangelion universe. One last thing, if you guys are thinking about doing another watch-along episode, I'm sure so many of us would agree that watching the end of Evangelion would absolutely grip. Anyways, much love to you guys, and Jaded Form as well. I really appreciate what you guys are doing. Peace, Blake. I love when people mention Jade. It's like, yo, we're all part of the family. Sick.
We're all gripping.
One big pod family.
Yeah, no, dude. Evangelion is 100% one of those things that as you're watching it, you fully understand. Like, oh, everyone just ripped this fully. Like, this is just like thematically and like tonalistically. Tonally is the word I'm looking for.
I think so.
Yeah, it's just like you can't really. It's goated. It's just simply goated.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, you gotta fix that. You gotta fix
26
that.
26 episodes. That's not too bad.
It's a 3-day grip maximum.
Half an hour eps.
Oh yeah, 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
It's anime,
right,
dude.
Yeah.
They're all 20 minutes.
Anime. Yeah.
And any anime is 3 to an hour. You can fucking
right. Yep.
Just remember that metric.
So
I mean, the show, yeah, but I agree. Like, it would be cool to watch End of Evangelion for a watch along.
That would be sick, actually, Tony. You should watch the regular series.
You should, man. You've been watching all this anime. You definitely should.
You gotta watch the first 26, and then at Christmas, we gotta rip the Evangelion together.
We're gonna just start calling it Gripmas because I don't even want to celebrate
Gripmas.
I don't want to celebrate Christmas anymore. I'm fucking done with it.
That's a good point.
I'm done. I'm done with Christmas.
Yeah, it doesn't hit at all.
It's when you get together and you grip shit with your fellow buds.
Yeah, it's grip.
Movies, games, weed, acid. You grip.
Grippers. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For Gripmas.
A little tiny gripper, you know.
Yeah.
You enjoy the Grippleverse. Yeah, dude.
For Gripmas,
Stevens comes to visit, and you leave out a Major Melon Mountain Dew for him, as well as a cup.
You have to leave out a major melon Mountain Dew for
leave it on the fireplace
when he visits your Airbnb
for Gripmas.
For Christmas,
yeah,
dude. What a better holiday! Holy shit!
Wow, we just
watch out.
Like, don't go to church, don't buy gifts. Just everyone get together and grip shit together.
Get an Airbnb,
roll up an ounce,
liquor glass,
right?
3 rolls.
Roll up an ounce, like make 70 joints out of 1 ounce.
Yeah,
that was so fun, bro. That was that just evening where I was like literally, I spent like 90 minutes, probably less, rolling up the most joints. And they all smoked, bro. They all smoked.
They did. It was crazy.
All of them smoked.
It was
not one of them was like, this one's a dud. No, perfection across the board.
They all ripped.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we had the assembly line going because
I'm gonna pull up a picture. Grinding. Yeah, I'm gonna just pull up a picture, throw it in cam,
Yeah,
people
so
can see.
you do that, and then we're gonna go down the list. So for Gripmas, here's the Gripmas tradition, right? You need to get about an ounce of weed, roll it into a bunch of joints, put that in a liquor glass, right? Center of the table, next to a couple tabs for Santa Claus, and a Major Melon Mountain Dew, and that's on December 21st. You'd want to do that on the evening of December 21st.
Yeah.
And make sure you have your Switch, your PS5, your
absolutely.
You have a good, ideally an L couch.
Yeah. And it's lit by, and the ambient lighting.
An L couch is a W.
The LED strip on the back of the TV in your Airbnb. Like that's the setting. It needs to be overly Christmas decorated. Christmas decorated to the point where you walk in, you're like
big nutcracker figure in the corner
exactly
of the room,
in the corner,
find that
giant nutcracker next to the single stationary chair that doesn't look comfortable, but low key is
also not comfortable. Oh, it was comfortable,
but I mean it wasn't. But with the ottoman action, with the feet kicked up, can you really complain? If you got
you're
chair?
Talking about the one next to the couch, yeah.
I mean, but it could be in the corner of the room. It could be next to the couch. It's just the.
I'm just finding pictures of when my hair was down past my shoulders, and I'm like, dude, I need to get back to that. Holy shit!
That's what happened, dude. You changed.
I changed.
You changed.
Bro. That's really what happened.
Abrasive.
No, I'm trying to find. Oh, I will. It's past Christmas, but yeah. You need to sesh that hard, as they were just saying, and then also, if I can find it, the Gripsteins is really what I'm trying to find.
Ooh. Yeah, no, the grab and go Gripstein cup is the
Gripstein, the Gripstin, and the Gripper. Yeah,
oh my god, yeah.
Oh, you found it?
I mean, here's just an example of some of them. It was like an armada, like the clones getting ready to get shipped off the war. Oh, dude. This I think was the ultimate. This is ultimately what it
boiled down to.
I think it was this. This was the whole cup. I think. Just have that many. Yeah, have that many.
What did the Kaminoans say? She's like 10,000 ready with 10,000 more. Something
waiting
like
in the wings.
Something like that. It's like a bandolier. You just feed that into a machine gun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
crazy.
It's you throw that around your shoulder, that's Rambo's fucking daily carry right there.
No, there are multiple.
We had that situation going, just fat nuggetures.
It was completely insane. It was purely dumb. Because I remember I kept that vac sealed. I was like, we're gonna open this up on the day of.
Now there's multiple Ava movies, right?
There's 4.
Oh, I know there is. Yeah. So, but I've seen the last one. But if I grip the first, they're the 26 episodes. Then there's 3 movies, right? So they all come after the. Series?
The movies are like a reboot of the series, but it's different. It's the same thing up until halfway through the second movie, and then it just goes pew, and it is a whole different outcome.
From the end of the series?
From the TV show. So they're both worth watching, but I would watch the original TV show with the end of Evangelion first, and then watch the numbered movies.
Which there's 3 of?
There's 4.
So there's 5 movies then. Well, End of Evangelion is a movie?
End of Evangelion is a movie, but it's technically an alternate. It's an alternate final 2 episodes to the show.
Oh.
Yeah, because so when Evangelion aired, there's 26 episodes, and then 25 and 26 were very controversial. And then End of Evangelion, it was like a fan service ending because the show got so popular and people wanted a traditional ending so much that they released that. But
and then there's 4 movies beyond that.
Right.
Which are all one continuous story.
Correct. And I think it's actually false to say it was like a response, End of Evangelion was a response to fan backlash. It was more of, I think they ran out of money and time to finish the series. So the last 2 episodes that got aired were like a truncated, more cerebral ending to the show, whereas End of Evangelion is a way bigger spectacle and obviously required way more animation and way more, resources to do.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one that we watched the other year made no sense to me.
Yeah.
No clue what was happening.
It made no sense to
anyone.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah, don't worry. It made zero sense to anybody, and then the ending was just beautiful. The ending was the only thing that made sense.
No, it's fire.
Let's move on to another email here.
Crondolius.
This comes from Ian Nickel.
Ian.
I believe that is the Ian who has been on Woken Boke.
It's Scroters.
What's up, Tony and the treble clefs? Ian here, aka Young Scrotables. Wow. The ninth. Welcome.
It's the fucking dude. Shout out.
And special thanks to Ian for being a big contributor to Jaded Forum as well. That is super appreciated. He said the subject line is One Punch Man manga. On a recent episode, Max mentioned an interest in reading the One Punch Man manga, and I got to drop a fat recommendation on that. After being largely disappointed by season 2 of the anime, I was drawn to get caught up on the manga, and I can safely say if the recently announced season 3 ends up being mid, the manga will be the definitive experience by far. Yosuke Murata is a master of the format, and some of the best single panels I've ever seen have come from his work on this series. Not to mention that the extra breathing room in terms of pacing allows for a much more realized and fleshed out world. Easily the most entertaining action manga I've read so far, and it's included in the Shonen Jump subscription. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents. Yusuke Murata, the GOAT for real. Have a good one. P.S. Dexter last week was smoking bottom shelf crack. The worst Mario game solos every single Sonic title, no contest. Even Sonic Adventure 2 in that game is in my personal top 5 of all time. Wow.
Yeah.
An incredible email from Ian.
Yeah, yes. Shout out. He just kind of hit it all in the head. Yeah, I'll need to check that
full
out.
Full combo.
Because the season 1, because I finished season 1 of One Punch Man, and it was fire, but it I don't know. I feel like the delivery, it's a very oddly delivered show, if that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. It's it's very cool, but I feel like the pacing of the story is very odd. It's obviously one continuous line, but it feels very episodic. Sort of like Evangelion, but in a less cryptic way, if that makes any sense. It's
it feels like each episode is like a one-off situation,
right? With a general theme that connects it all, but it's I feel like the character itself of Saitama is just very stationary,
right?
But everyone else around him is figuring shit out. Tony, go.
That's why. Well, I don't get why everyone thinks season 2 is this significant downgrade, and I watched it and did not notice a difference in quality personally. My buddy at work was oh yeah, he was even talking about the sound design for it. I was bro, I don't know. I thought it was, it's a comedy first and foremost. I liked just the way he interacted with all the different characters, like King, who's the number 4 hero, and he's everyone thinks he's this, one of the strongest heroes in the world, but every single time that he has gotten into a fight, it's looked like he's won the fight or beaten the bad guy, but he actually just got really lucky and the bad guy got crushed by something else or whatever. Mm-hmm. But so when you see a bad guy, they're oh, holy shit, King got to him. But King is just this he's a soy boy, plays romantic video games, he's a pussy. I don't know. There were just that's just one example of many of there's a lot more characters I feel in season 2. They were all kind of funny, and I don't know. I really don't know what the downgrade was. The animation changed, I guess. I didn't even notice, to be honest. I'm probably stupid, but
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Watch season 2 and let me know if you think there's people act like it just dropped off a cliff in quality, and I was it feels like the exact same show to me.
Right.
Which I loved. I enjoyed the whole thing. I think the finale of season 2 wasn't as cool as the first season when he fought Boros, which was bad. That was insane. Season 2 was more about other people fighting the final boss. But that's because Saitama is going to win. So that is like the it's not the pitfall of the show, but it's like when your main hero can beat literally anyone, you have to find other points of
that's to be interesting still.
Exactly. It's like
things that need resolution.
The show inherently becomes about other people. And
exactly.
I think it would, but like, which is sick because like that's what you want to watch. But like, and I know that the overarching theme that's like kind of touched on in the first season. I don't know if this is like, I would imagine this becomes a bigger part of the show and a bigger part of the the story in general, thematically. But like, it plays with the idea of like the existential dread that comes with like never like being challenged in that way. And he just like, he has moments of just being like, what's the fucking point? Like, what am I like? Like he gets mad at the end of the first season, which like spoiler alert. But after he beats Boros and like, then another dude shows up from the underworld and then he kills him again in one punch. And he's just like, fuck, back to one hit. Like, God damn it. And like, I hope that's a thing that becomes, more dove into, because I feel like that could lead to some more crazy shit. But other than that, it's a fun show to watch. I have no qualms with it. So if it's more of the same, then I'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah, please do watch that second season and let me know, because
I might do it on the treadmill.
I was like going into it expecting it to be totally ass, and I was like, what is the change here? What is what really changed? Not that much.
Nothing
at all.
Nothing
changed.
I do want to read the manga too. I think that was me that was talking about wanting to read that.
The manga. Yeah, dude, I've been reading hella Naruto lately. Like, I'm already at Shippuden, and I've made it to the part that I dropped off when I was younger. So now it's all new.
Wow.
I'm reading all new shit.
That's tight.
It's weird though, because I hit that point where I'm just like, it's all new, and I'm just like, I think I'm gonna table it for a minute, because like I feel like a kid who's just like, I want to fucking, I like that, so I want to watch that. And
wait, you've already burned through all 72 volumes of Naruto?
No. I burned through like 32.
Oh, okay.
No, because all of Naruto.
It's just one.
Yeah,
got you.
Volume 27 ends the OG.
Shit. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then it shifts into Boruto after 72, I guess.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Boruto.
Freaking Boruto. All right. Thank you, Ian, for that email. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Damn, we got a couple. These emails will lead us into a full episode here. There's two more. This comes from Charlie. The subject line is Disney Adult Expansion.
Oh no.
Charlie says, fellas, first off, congrats on passing 150. Mondays are always a pleasure when I open Spotify and I see that blue dot next to a fresh episode. It means I have a great walk, drive / Writers Republic sesh ahead of me.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, last week I had an adult friend of mine send me an Instagram post related to a Mufasa Lion King prequel that he was stoked about. Oh, a Mufasa Lion King prequel that he was stoked about. I rolled my eyes at first. I'm not really a 90s core Disney guy, born in 93. It's no shade on Little Mermaid, Lion King, Hercules era at all. It just isn't my bag.
Respect.
Still, this shit grips certain adults, like at a millennial Harry Potter level of reverence. And as much as I ride on butterbeer posting and 40-year-olds that wear the Mickey ears when they go to Epcot, I have to acknowledge that Kevin Feige has so many of us captivated in his own twisted way. I don't know what this question is. It's more of a reflection. Like, with Disney owning Marvel and Star Wars, what is the Disney adultification that will happen to us slowly over time? Being passionate about good, well-funded IP can be a beautiful thing. The Russo brothers did us all a solid. But for every one of these tentpole projects they get right, I slide 6 to 8 pieces of Hawkeye quality shit down my gullet. Am I another version of someone who watched Pinocchio on Disney Plus on premiere night? Am I just going to slowly start accepting shittier output from studios because nostalgia is a strong veil? I feel like I'm becoming self-aware that I'm accepting shit for content, but I love the source material, so it's a rough bargain. Would love to hear your thoughts. Charlie. P.S. Morbius should be a candidate for a holiday movie review. It's such painful mid to watch, but could make for an epic episode. Damn, folks are
they're cooking with
helping us out.
It's just
Morbius and Evangelion, those could be crazy.
Yeah, Morbius is like, that could easily be an 8 Crazy Nights situation where we make it halfway through and we're just like, I can't. We'll just be like,
yeah, this is god awful.
It's like, it's so mid that it's the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. Like,
yeah.
but,
I think also just to the core of what he was talking about.
Yeah.
I think there's a difference between watching the shit and defending the shit. There's a lot of Marvel people, Disney people that will defend everything that those people do. Just because you're watching it and consuming it doesn't mean it just means you're a fan of the IP, like you said. So in my opinion, that's not being a Disney adult. A Disney adult is like being not only consuming the content, but consuming all of the merchandise constantly, going to the theme parks, and then freaking out about whatever's the new Disney shit coming out, like in the parks or whatever. George was just showing me this guy that he follows that's a like 40-year-old man, maybe 30-year-old man, that like goes to Disneyland every day and basically is a content creator for Disneyland or Disney World, and goes to like expensive restaurants and tries the new food and looks at the new merch and all the new store. Like, he's way into it.
People just be having jobs out here, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's got to be so fun. Get paid to go make content at a theme park every day. I mean, fuck.
Probably also a special kind of hell.
I somehow have to poop again, but I really want to talk about this stuff, so keep going on about it.
I'm going to absorb the shit back into my body.
It'll be really quick. I'm so fast at pooping. Yeah.
All right. I don't know if that's healthy or what that is, but
we should contact a doctor.
This is a two-shitter episode, and I guarantee Max will have to shit by the end of it.
I dookied at like 6. We're clear.
6 a.m.?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're a shit once, and then you're clear for most of the day.
Maybe a second one if it's really if it was a big day.
You've always kept track, like paid attention to when you shit. I've like the whole time I've known you, you've been like, yeah, I get up, I shit, I have my coffee, like,
oh yeah,
or maybe you have your coffee first and then you shit.
I've been in my early life, I was inconvenienced by shitting so much that I because it was so unpredictable. I was like, okay, when coffee happened, it changed my life because it's just like, cool. I know that when I wake up, I drink my coffee and within 30 minutes, I'm going to be exploding on the toilet and then we're just done.
Right.
And then it's just the day.
Nice.
But
yeah, I took a shit earlier. Mid episode. So I'm good.
Hell yeah, dude.
I also let me tell you something, folks. When I go somewhere and they don't have a bidet,
that's tough,
I need
dude.
one now. I need a bidet now. And I like baby wipes.
I carry the baby wipes.
I don't even.
Crucial.
Oh, nice. That's amazing.
Dude, it's crucial. When I'm on tour, they're in the backpack, dude. Like, you can't fuck with me on that one. Like, that's just,
man.
You need it.
That's amazing. Yeah.
It's just,
I don't need toilet paper in my ass crack.
No, dude, it creates problems. Baby wipes only.
Wow, Tony was not fucking lying.
He even washed the hands.
You're insane.
Look at that. That was
how the fuck
jet force turdage right there,
dude. That was not even a full minute. I feel like.
that was
really
absurd.
We might need to.
No, I would just sat down. Just
do you need an EMT? Like, what the fuck?
Just fell out.
Oh my god.
Oh god, but, dude. Yeah, I mean, I literally was like, oh, he's shitting. Yeah, I love a bidet. I use a bidet. And Max was like, yeah, I use baby wipes all the time. I'm like, yeah, me too. And then you just screw back.
So
I didn't
we didn't even continue. No.
Good shit.
Yeah, so fucking Marvel, literally. Disney, whatever, man. Just live your life. I think we do accept a little bit of a lower quality.
Yeah.
Like, we are willing to put it in front of ourselves and watch it. Also, I think partially because there's something to talk about. There's something to talk about with it. You know what I mean?
It's all, I mean, Marvel and Disney are a corporation and they put out products just like fucking, Colgate puts out toothpaste, and it's like,
whoa,
like it's just a product. And if you like it, then that's fine, but you don't have to like all their products and you don't have to
you're
pledge loyalty to a brand owned by a corporation. Even if those IPs were once pure, like Marvel, it was just.
I also still hold it that they will never make movies as good as the first Avengers arc. They'll never make movies that good.
I don't know.
They never will. Unless they change their formula, they will never make. They don't have it. They don't have it.
Yeah.
They're not going to make one as good as Endgame and Infinity War. They just won't. They'll never do it.
A problem with a lot of these writers now, I think, is that they're like, millennials,
like TV writers,
maybe a little bit older, but they don't have any like actual life experience. Like J.R.R. Tolkien was like, he literally like got like shot in World War II. Like he lived life and like saw the world. And these people are all just kids that have grown up with, just like watching stuff, and it's all just referential.
Exactly.
Shit,
it's all become very self-referential, and like I feel like a lot of these people that are in these careers aren't. They do it because it's a career. Like it's like it's like so nepotistic in the way that these creative industries are so fucking insular and like incestual that it just becomes like, oh yes, I'm a writer for Marvel and I'm a writer for Disney, and it's like dude, do you know how many fucking people on like Bumble in fucking Nashville were like, I've talked to Connor about this, we're like Warner music analysts, and they're like 24. Really? And I'm like,
a lot.
What the fuck do you like? What? It's just like, and I imagine it's a very similar thing in like every aspect of creative output. It's just like it's become a world of just like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm an animator at Marvel, or I'm a storyboard director at Marvel. It's like, okay, are you, or did you just like go to school for it and apply for it?
It's wild. Yeah, there's not a lot there. But we should move on to the last question because I do want to read it. And maybe we can cheer them up. This comes from Sam. Hey, Connor, Max, and Tone Balone. Longtime listener here, and I love what you guys do. I always look forward to Mondays and watching the new episode. Also been listening to Jaded Podcasts as well. But lately I've been feeling lost and depressed. I don't really get joy out of stuff that I used to, and in general don't get excited for stuff at all. Just wondering what you guys do when you were feeling down, lost. Sorry for the bummer email from Sam.
Don't be sorry, Sam.
Don't feel. Actually, more of y'all should be sending in shit like this to us. This is what we really want to. We really want to.
We need the kings out there.
Send in stuff for advice.
We gotta help our kings out there, our fellow adults that are
that are down. Because
it's a real thing. It's life.
It's real, and I'm sorry you sent it. Oh, you sent it 4 days ago, so it's actually pretty good timing. So I hope he's listening today.
Oh yeah, so then this will hit the next step. This will be cool. If
it's Monday or Tuesday, who knows? It's probably gonna be Monday.
It'll be a day.
I'll probably get this out Monday.
It'll come out.
A day, and you'll hear it.
It'll come out.
Yeah, I have gone through a lot this year. Nothing too like dark or like sad or tragic, but stressful shit that I've had to go through and then kind of confront and deal with, and I'm in a much better place now. And I think a big thing you got to understand is that life constantly changes. Things constantly don't stay the same.
Yep.
If you're feeling one way now, you'll feel different later. You can only be in one spot for so long. You can only be happy for so long. You can only be sad for so long. You can feel like you're in a rut. Eventually you get sick of being in a rut. You'll break out of the rut. Everything always changes. It's always moving on. Feeling lost and depressed. Sometimes, I mean, you don't find yourself unless you're lost. So It's like, there's nothing to find if you're not lost. So the fact that you feel lost means that there's something to find.
Yeah.
And it's all temporary, man.
Existence ain't binary.
Max was in a tough spot earlier this year. He's doing way better now. I've had multiple ups and downs this year. Tony's fine. Yeah. But Tony's just constantly fine.
It's like the emotional line for Tony is like,
never had a good or bad day.
Yeah. Yeah. Just fine.
Just like little notches. Just
never had a good or bad day. Never been inconvenienced once.
Yeah. The change is this big.
Yeah. It's like, oh, Blues lost.
I'll get over it.
New Mandalorian episode, right on.
So, man, I just want you to know, we're your bros. We're in this together.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bummer email, and just and the other thing I'll say, and y'all can. I'm sorry, I'm hogging, but y'all can say some shit too. The getting excited for stuff is like that's just life. Well, as you're an adult, you become less enthused and less excited and less surprised and less amazed by things. Mm-hmm. That's just a part of growing up. Life is still beautiful. It's just like you're going to find that the things that get you excited are different. It doesn't mean you can't get excited for stuff. It just means it's different. And sometimes those things that you get excited for are going to be things that maybe aren't such instant gratification or, like, oh, seeing a movie, it excited me. It's like, it's going to be things
that's
like.
That's going to keep going down. Hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
Media is going to get less and less exciting.
It's not going to do it.
Only thing you do.
What's going to replace it is experiences and meeting people and trying new things and challenging yourself and trying hard things and learning and growing and just experiencing life. That's going to get you excited. And
it'll re-excite
I personally believe if you're committed enough to living your life to the fullest, like that never actually goes away, that excitement. I think you can live kind of with childlike wonder a lot if you're constantly trying to keep things fresh. That's also a big part of like letting go of expectations and suffering and things like that is also keeping things fresh, doing new things,
do new shit,
new routines, do different things. So, but give us a follow-up email if this helped or what you thought. But what do you guys think?
I mean, that was kind of my thing, was just do new shit. Like a lot of my depression would stem from just doing the same shit every day and being like, man, why does this suck? It's just like, because it's not exciting. Like chilling in my basement and just fucking watching TV or sitting at my computer for 8 hours at a time is just like, ain't gonna do it. And no matter what, it's like, oh man, there's just no good TV on. There's no good shows to watch. There's no good movies, no good games. It's just like, but the reality of it is, it's like it's not the content, it's the medium. It's the
you're just sitting there and you're like, why?
It's not the content, it's the activity that's dull. You know. So, and like I found that like
the hobby.
I go to the gym now. I go out more. I changed, I redefined my career. I do other, there's other things that I do a lot of things differently now. And now, surprise, surprise, I really don't have a lot of time to watch TV or like play video games. So like when I do get to watch TV, it's like, oh, I'm going to watch this thing that I've been meaning to watch instead of just listening to the same fucking 4 podcast episodes that I've listened to over and over and over again. It's just like I'm actually finally excited to watch, Yu Yu Hakusho or fucking watch One Punch Man. Just like, shit like that. It's just how it
makes it more enjoyable.
But sometimes going out and doing stuff and doing new things costs money, and that could be prohibitive. So I would say, in that case, avoid just like laying around,
Right. Yeah.
Laying around in your house. Like don't let your room become like, not to get Jordan Peterson-y, but like, you
gotta clean your room.
Like every weekend I like do all my laundry. I go grocery shopping. I get my meal prep done. I work out. If you fill your day with like meaningful tasks like that, just so that, your immediate surroundings are well kept and you're, like meal prepping is responsible, like health wise and financially. If you start just taking care of yourself and your environs, then, I think that if you just like let yourself like lay in your fucking bed with like a pile of laundry all over your room and you're like, oh, I don't have any food. I guess I'll just go get a fast food meal and come back and continue my, slugging around. It's going to be hard to get out of that sort of feeling, I think.
Also,
but
as a depressive content consumer, read books. Pick up a book, like read a book. Promise you, just read a book. It'll fuck your shit up. It'll put your brain in a different space, And if you got to like go into comic books to read a regular book to make that transition,
if you need that visual stimmy,
to get into the dialogue, just take that path. But read some books, man. Like, or at least always be all in one, because.
And it's okay if it's hard at first, because like a lot of the times, even still for me, I'll like be reading, but then like I won't realize my mind is thinking about something else.
Yep.
And then so I have to like really focus and practice on just like stilling my mind, like making sure it's like quiet, and just focused on one thing. And that's like a skill you got to develop.
Because like that's part of it. Is just like if you can like really hone or like re-hone. Because I used to read a lot. Like I used to be a big bookworm, and I just fell off because screens existed. They came into existence everywhere, and so it really does put you into a different state of mind than anything involving a screen really does, because it's a constant distraction. Whereas a book, you can't just swipe up and then be on Instagram. Like you do have to pull out your phone, but you can. There are ways to limit that interaction. Whereas if you're like reading a book on a phone, or hell, even buy a Kindle if you don't want to have books, but like, just something that it's not a device that is social in any way. Because you kind of need to be recentered sometimes. Cause I feel like when I'm reading and I realize that I've been sitting somewhere for like reading for an hour and like time just kind of happened. It's a very peaceful activity that can bring you back to earth and remind you that like, dude, honestly, and like, people, the whole thing is you don't want to spend a lot of money. It's like go to a coffee shop, spend $5.
Just do something different.
Yeah, go to a fucking coffee shop with a book, get a cheap ass $3. Yeah, go for a walk, get a $3 coffee, go sit on a patio, fucking read a book. Go walk around, like just go look at the shop. Like find it if you live in like Kirkwood, dude. I'll fucking just go to Kirkwood, get a coffee, and just fucking walk around, see what the fuck's going on. Because it's a walkable area, and it's just like, oh, word,
It's about living happy. It's about living life, and there's no time There's no point wasting time.
I wouldn't say it's about being living happy, right? It's about living
easy. I'm trying to say living well, like putting your mental health as a priority. Don't just don't just lay around and there's no point in wasting time just being depressed. It's like you gotta let that take its course. Obviously, I'm not saying that, but yeah, like you said earlier, not to sound like Jay Peterman, but JDP, Jason Porterson, but
Portleman,
fucking do shit. Fucking go out, do shit.
Clean your car.
Make yourself happy.
Yeah.
Clean your car.
Yeah.
Clean your car.
A lot of people have dirty ass cars. Kevin Durant said something super based. He was like, I don't worry about being happy, because happiness comes and goes. I just want to be at peace.
Yeah. I mean, that's really what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Dave has that book he's writing called Happiness is for Losers, and the subtitle, or I don't forget what the subtitle is, but the point of that is that happiness is a feeling that comes and goes. You can't expect to be happy all the time. You got to be happy.
No, it's you're only going to get it
sometimes. And life is constantly changing, continuing, and connecting. Those are the 3 C's that are just part of reality. So that's what it is. But thank you for all your emails, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Good Apperson. Thank you for listening. If you guys are listening, and we love you. We'll see you next week. Have a great week. Please send us emails, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Later.